So, big shock. Still no Surveyor stakes, even though they said they came out here last time I was here and staked it. So, this is crazy discouraging. So, back on the road, we got the email last night that the surveyors actually put the stakes in the ground. But I don't know, something looked wrong with the pictures, so I'm just doing a one-day up and back trip again just to make sure the stakes are there and hopefully lay down some twine, actually start getting an idea of what's going to go where, and if I put the boat shack in the right spot or even close. They've already admitted that they haven't staked Jim's lot yet, so I'm about halfway there. Just stopped off to settle a family tradition. Dairy Queen on road trips. So I'll keep you posted. We are about to see how well my Scion does on this dirt. If you remember project number 4, turning the Scion into a dirt-ready machine. So let's do it. Oh crap. There's supposed to be a storm coming, so I got to get out of here before then. Don't want to tempt fate. But this is all packed pretty solid, so I'm not worried in the least about this. It's really backing, well, that's a nice puddle. It's really backing into my lot that I'm worried about because there's a sand pile there. Look at those mailboxes. Alright, so far so good. I did contemplate just leaving it on the street, but nah. Alright, well, it did just fine. On February 9th, 1943, when the Japanese soldiers were finally evacuated from Guadalcanal, they were so relieved to find food and safety and rest. Imagine their relief. It was nothing compared to the relief when I saw that. Isn't she beautiful? The freaking surveyors planted their stakes. Well, according to the survey company, there should be an iron rod or a cap or something around here officially denoting the property, but I don't really even care, to be honest with you. I just can't tell you how relieved I am. 1, that it's here, and 2, that it's on the right property. But there is one thing that I have to correct. I had mentioned that these grove of trees were on my property and that Jim's property started over there. Actually, I thought my property was kind of like there. Well, it's not. We split these groves in half, which means, Jim, you've got 2 mailboxes, my friend. Congratulations. That's got to be something special. That's my northeast border, way farther back than I thought, but happy to see it all the same. I think Jim also has a boat rack on his property. Let's go find out. Oh yeah, so I don't know if you can see it, but my other property is, or my other marker is like, anyways. And my boat rack, or I should say, Jim's boat rack is like over here somewhere. So whoops, my bad, dude.
How's it going again, guys? I don't know if you can see back behind me, right back there, right there. There's 2 windmills. It's pretty cool. We're in the city of Dungraven, the town. It's a little coastal town. Beautiful boats, beautiful harbor. I'm gonna turn around, and right there, That, let me see. Let me get my arm to work. That pink house is where we're staying tonight. But here we are, Dungraven. We were in Blarney Castle earlier today. Pretty cool. We had some rain today. We had some beautiful skies today. Saw some great countryside. It's been a wonderful trip. We'll catch you later.
We'd love to hear your feedback and any suggestions on ways we can improve the channel or ways I can improve what I'm doing to the lot. So feel free to comment, hit that like bar, and subscribe if you haven't. First, we're going to take a minute to civilize this place a bit. You know, just because we're out in the middle of nowhere doesn't mean we need to live like barbarians. Nice. Now, Jim, I do apologize. I guess I should have asked you before I, put our hand washing facility in, because it does say no trespassing, and I'm definitely on your property, so hope that's okay. Oh, and I think I planted squash on your property last time I was here. I hope you like squash. Oh, this stuff just loves to come up. Stop unraveling. Oh my gosh, you're 500. All right, fine. Yo. That is not how I planned this. I am not looking forward to this next one. I'm not sure if you can see it with me here, but going right through the middle of some pretty cracked up looking trees. Not a fan, but whatever. Still gonna do it. Alrighty. Wish me luck. I'll say one thing, it's definitely easier to find your way when you've got guide ropes. Kind of digging that. Gonna dig climbing through the trees, but I can man up. All right. Next we're shooting for that. Alrighty. Spider web. Gosh dang it. Just occurred to me I'm ripping off branches of somebody else's tree because it's to the right of that super straight line. Okay, next. All right, looks like this one I need to stay to the right of all these trees. That wasn't as bad as I thought. I still figure I'm completely covered in ticks, but whatever. Alrighty. The Lord of all I survey, that is within these orange ropes. So yeah, there's my property line. Oops. Should have figured they left a bigger easement for the road to grow. This is supposed to be a big road.
Hey, how's it going? Just an update from Ireland. We're in County Cork. I don't know if you can see way behind us. There's a lot of windmills here. That's coming up. That's something we're going to look into and see what we can find out about them, because that may be a possibility while in Florida. Have a great day. We are.
Bye.
Thank you, Cal.
Taking a second to cool off in the air conditioning. Who knew that running around 0.16 acres collecting ticks is this tiring. Fortunately, I brought a change of clothes. So now that we've figured out where my property is, since our properties are perfectly rectangular, I'm gonna go and stake out Jim's. Whatever way she keep in the car. 165-foot tape measure. Makes a cool noise. So this has been a pretty instructive day. And I'm so happy I don't even care that I put the mailbox in the wrong spot. Doesn't matter. Jim will bring me my mail. I am gonna have to take my boat rack though. Sorry, dude. All right, let's get to it. Do want to say thanks to Ben and Kyle for this awesome Father's Day multi-tool they gave me. It's coming in quite handy. Not a sponsor, but Gerber makes cool products, and this one is particularly awesome. Thanks, dudes. Not sure if you heard that pop, but that was my knee. All right, so now we're gonna sort of extrapolate where Jim's might be. Got these fancy tent stakes from Harbor Freight. All right, so that's interesting. I'm not going to rope that off because I'm sure I'm way off. But yeah, see, I thought property is going to be just in the corner where the dirt is, and you see that little peach color flag or pink, whatever. But it's actually kind of right here. So, yeah. Oh, these vines, they are killer. They're going to be my best security. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So about 24 feet off of what I thought the road was. And okay, I wanted to do a better job of this, but the storm's on top of me and I got to get out of here before this becomes a, mud bog. But I sort of staked out where the boat shack's going to go and the bathhouse. Let me turn this around. So that very rectangular looking green thingy there, that bush obviously has to go. That's going to be the boat shack, 4x8. And where you see these pegs here, that's going to be the bathhouse, which means that clearing right there is where the cabin's going to go. So a couple of stumps got out of the way, obviously that log. Yeah. And then just to give some perspective, that is the eastern edge of the property. So the road between our lots, it'll go from the main road there, 10 feet on either side, and then swing around that way so we can drive out of the western road. So yeah, obviously I got some boats to move, but boat moving's a job for another day. In fact, I think we're going to switch the order. I think I'm going to make the bathhouse first. Just, so I've got a place to stay when I'm up here. Because believe it or not, once you get north of 50, sleeping in a tent in the back of your truck is not comfortable. Not a great sleep. So, all right, I'm going to pack up and get out of here. So Jim, I don't know if you can see that pink line right there. I'm standing at about 10 feet from there, so. Oh, you know what? Let me go pace off that 25 foot. Yeah, hold on. All right, Jim, so there's the corner of your, let's see, that would be the southeast corner of your buildable lot. So that's 10 feet from my string there. And 25 feet from your edge of the road. I don't know if you can see that green thing. That's your property marker right there, as far as I can judge it. So let's get an expando view. So that's your front lawn. Congratulations. That's your boathouse. So yeah, that's a shame. I'm assuming that this grove of oaks here is either gonna have to come down or be built around. The one thing I'm happy about, which I was wrong from the first video, is I don't think I see a single freaking palm tree here, which is like this place. Oh, frack, there it is, fan palm. Or scrub palm, or crap palm, whatever. And there's your 2 mailboxes with no mail. And then this is your 10 feet off of the edge of your property to where our western road is. But this is the, like, that's city property and that's you. So you have to go 25 feet that way through. Well, at least these oaks are saved. Hallelujah. This one looks sick though. All right, now I'm packing up for real.
Hey, how you doing? We're back. We're still in Dungraven. It's about 10 o'clock at night. It's beautiful out here tonight. There's McLiam, and we're just having a good time. Check out the street. Oh, I think McCarm's trying to get in, but look at the street. Look at the street, and then look at that. No guardrails. My kind of place, man. I like it. Nobody trying to tell you, hey, don't be an idiot, don't fall. Do it at your own risk. I like that. Catch you later, man.
I want to wrap up this whole Surveyor thing. It's a pretty straightforward thing to get your property surveyed. I mean, there's not much to it. That's not saying it's not, you know, super intellectual and hard art, but that wasn't the problem. All the hard engineering work, man, they finished that on time. First of all, me and Jim started this, I don't know, back in April or something, May, and they gave us a 5 to 15 day turnaround time to get us our survey and to get, you know, the property staked out. And it's July, you know, and they just kept coming back to us saying, hey, you know what, it's gonna take another 5 to 15 days. But they would only come back after I emailed them for an update. I don't know, moral of the story is you get what you pay for. You know, these guys came at a very good price. They'd done work for me before, and it wasn't stellar, but it wasn't the worst either. This property was way more straightforward. I mean, the last property was barely accessible. Well, actually, it's not accessible at all, but I mean, it's like jungle. This is just woody. But I shouldn't be doing their job for them. And the fact that I had to drive up there, you know, 5-6 hours round, you know, each way, 3 or 4 times just to check on their work and then follow up and say wrong again, that's unacceptable. Without being super specific, I'm not going to drop names because I don't want to put people out of their livelihood, but just be super wary if you go and get a very reasonable priced surveyor from Riviera Beach, Florida. And they still don't have it right. You know, they were supposed to put actual like iron rod, you know, with some kind of a seal on it in the ground. All they put was those stakes, but I was just so happy to see the stakes at that point that I didn't give a crap. So where we're at right now is my property boundaries are defined. So I'm able to move forward with, you know, clearing the property and, you know, starting to build. So that's great. Jim's, we're still waiting on that. You know, I'll follow up. And whether or not we'll ever get iron rod spike thingies in the ground, I don't have a clue. I don't frankly care. But anyways, much better now. You know, the waiting's over so we can get going. As far as timing, it's going to be a while before I get back to the property. It's going to be a while before we're, you know, kind of in full production swing of things. So But stay tuned. We have a ton of stuff coming up. We've got lots of reviews of, products, and just because we're not up there building, it doesn't mean we're not, moving the progress bar along, because like all of the cement foundations, I'm going to be doing most of the rebar work and stuff down here, so we will keep you updated. All right, take care.